It's episode 208 of this anime podcast that we have been doing for, it's going on 9 years, Hickey.
Damn. 9 years, holy shit.
It's getting close. It's only a couple more months and it's 9 years.
Time flies.
And it's 10 years for
You're
the... No, it is. It's already at 9 years for the retroGaming. Pretty wild.
Yeah. Been about 8 years for the length of time I've been on it.
Yeah. You joined very early once the original cast, we'll call it. But shit, Tori was on the anime podcast for 8 years. He'll come back every now and again, I'm sure. Still talk.
If you annoy him.
If I guilt trip him enough.
Nah, you cannot guilt trip Tori. He's Scandinavian. He just needs to, he needs to annoy himself. If he gets annoyed by himself, he will just appear here. It's a very Scandinavian thing.
Today is finally, the episode of Fate Stay Night, the original 2006 anime. Right out of the gate, the writing's really bad. I think we all know that, right?
Yes.
And it was my journey to play the fucking visual novel for the first time. I didn't play the hentai version. Very much regretting that, but gotta at least get the porn if I'm gonna sift through this nonsense.
I mean, it's 40 hours to get one scene.
Oh man. Well, I mean, there's kind of suggestive
scenes.
It
was worth it.
But yeah, I played the entire Fate Stay Night path route.
Fate Stay Night path.
Yeah. Yeah. That took a long time. I got 6 episodes into the anime and realized I was just repeating what I just did, and I went, okay, I've had enough of this. I don't need to go through this a second time. The anime-wise, obviously because I played the game so much, I did remember a lot of what the anime does, but going through the visual novel was very long. Much longer than what I could possibly do watching it. It does motivate me, though, Hickey and Colin, to watch and continue more of the Fate Stay universe. So does that make it a success? Does it make it interesting? What do you think I'm feeling here?
I would say 50-50.
Okay.
Because,
kinda.
Fate Stay Night or Fate is just one part of the Type Moon universe, which has a new movie coming out, Witch in the Holy Night, which is probably the best written story of that universe. But, if you're not interested in the other entries, well, one of them you are, which is Garden of the Cinders.
Well, that one's great.
Yeah, that's also Type Moon. It's inserted in the same universe, and
it's way better.
Or parallel universe, or Tsukihime as well. It's there. It's older than Fate. So if you're interested in Fate only,
wait, Tsukihime, hold on.
That's okay.
I feel like I just read up on this recently. Hold on. Oh, maybe I have. Okay. Adult visual novel game, in case you didn't know.
Yes. Just like Fate.
Mm-hmm. Oh, there is an anime from 2003. I didn't know that.
Yeah. Very old. And has the original Shiki as well.
Oh man. Okay.
And it's important if you're gonna watch Witch in the Holy Night to watch Tsukihime. But anyway.
No. Let's keep going. This is our topic before the anime. This is good.
If you got interested in Fate, I think it's good because it got better with time. And Fate Stay Night is the weakest of the stories.
Yes.
It's probably the first one to be conceptualized on the Fate series. And you cannot go back once you've written a story, especially a visual novel. Once you cannot go back and like keep rewriting everything. Once you start writing the other things, or else everything it kind of like snowballs into nothingness. Unlimited Blade Works is probably the main path esque of Fate Stay Night. So a lot of things that Fate Stay Night has get answered in Fate Stay Night Unlimited Blade Works. Shiro is a better character in Unlimited Blade Works as well because, you know, uh, the genetically built waifu Tosaka just don't give a shit about him that much and tells him to eat shit a lot of the times, which is better than Saber.
Uh-huh.
So and Heaven's Feel is kind of a alternate ending esque, but it's kind of the canon ending because you go to Fate Grand Order and Fate Grand Order universe. You need to fix some stuff from the Grey Wars, and they go in the first OVA, which is the beginning of the gacha game. They go to the reality of Heaven's Feel, and so it's a spoiler. So you shouldn't watch Grand Order before watching Heaven's Feel. Regardless, Unlimited Blade Works is kind of like the answer arc for the question arc that is Fate Stay Night, making a little parallel with Higurashi. So a lot of things is kind of not that well written, but also, the guys probably didn't think it was going to explode the way it would.
Oh
So
my god.
I think they
So I
didn't really
just
try
yeah,
that hard.
I just found Witch in the Holy Night on the Nintendo Switch store. This thing is 20 gigs and $40.
Yeah, dude.
Fucking A, are you kidding me?
Yeah, it's expensive, but again, it's the best one.
All right,
I would say.
I gotta look what it is on Steam now.
But you need to again you need Tsukihime.
Well, yeah, but
So it's not only $40, it's more because you also need Tsukihime.
yeah, I'm looking up both these things in real time because that's the whole purpose of this. So, Witch in the Holy Night's first. Now that Witch in the Holy Night, I've never heard of. Okay, so it's also $40 on Steam. Oh, it just came out too, 2023, 2021 in Japan. Okay, so how big is this fucking thing on Steam? It's actually slightly smaller. It's 17 gigs. It doesn't require a lot of operating power to actually play it.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you need a lot of operating power to power a book? I don't think so.
But then why is a book 20 gigs?
I mean, it's a picture book.
All right, so add to the wish list. And then Tsukihime. Did I spell that right? Tsuki. Yeah. Hime. I did. Oh, is it Melty Blood? Is that what it
No,
actually
Melty
is?
Blood. Melty Blood is the
Moon Princess.
Fate Tsukihime universe fighting game, which is very fun. I play with my friends from time to time.
Moon Princess. Moon Princess comes up. That doesn't look like it though. No, that's not it.
It's probably on not Steam as well.
I guess it's not on Steam. Let's see. Anime, JC staff, blah blah blah. Oh, I don't think it's available in English. That seems odd.
It's on Nintendo Store.
Is it now?
It's for Nintendo Switch. It
Okay.
is very expensive. Holy shit. Holy fuck.
Tsukihime, Nintendo Store.
It's
A piece of blue
300
glass.
bucks.
No way.
300 for
No, no,
digital?
no, 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 no,
Visual
no.
novel?
No, it's $50. I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah, it's 30 my currency.
Oh, okay.
300
And it's
my
23 gigs. What is with these large ass visual novels?
It's 4K, man. It's a 4K picture book.
Good God. And then all the characters, of course, look like our Fate Stay Night characters. Every single one of them.
Yeah, because it's from the same guy. You even have like the what is the saber face?
Yeah,
Right.
they all have
Yeah.
that. Yeah,
The
I've
fate is the original thing of characters having the same face.
oh God.
Same face.
Yeah,
Saber
I've
face.
I've noticed that when I
Saber
start
face
reading when I've read like manga or manhwa or whatever, and I come across two that are by the same either creator or artist, the main character and main girl always look the same.
Yeah.
It's like they have
It's
the
like, oh,
type,
yeah.
and they're sticking with it.
I've read Fairy Tales 4 times. All different stories, but it's from the same guy.
All right, so that's $90 a visual novel with most of my space being taken up by them. I wonder if I can fucking pirate this shit. Okay. Yeah, I was just looking at Tsukihime the other day, and I didn't know about Witch in the Holy Night. But yeah, this type universe is very expansive. Very successful, I would say.
The Toaro universe.
Oh, God. But this Fate Stay Night, I think, is clearly... Like, it can't go lower, I would say. There's so many pacing issues, repetitive dialogue, not a lot of shit actually happening through it. And then when I think back on watching a Limited Blade Works or even the Heaven's Feel movie, watching Fate Zero, hell, we even did Garden of Sinners, and just how much better Garden of Sinners is compared to what I just went through here for this podcast episode. Like, this is it feels like it's trial 1, and then they only went up from there.
Yeah, because again, it's kind of a question arc, right? You cannot review a lot with Fate Stay Night. Especially like the big reveal that comes in a Limited Blade Works. They give you a hint, they give some hints, but they cannot really reveal a lot. And then again, it's the first one that's getting written. You cannot go back and rewrite everything.
Yeah, I kind of understand
just like,
why you
kinda
don't
like
want to
that.
give all the answers right away, especially when you have different arcs and routes to go through. That's the whole purpose of doing that, to get those hidden answers from when you first do the playthrough. It is largely hinted at what's happening there, especially Shiro's character in particular. It
I think
does have
I
good
think-
motivation to continue on.
I do think that one of the biggest problems of Fate Stay Night is having 24 episodes or 25 episodes.
Yeah, it should not have been that long.
If you look at Unlimited Blade Works, it's 13. Heaven's Feel is like 3 movies.
It's 3 movies, all available on Crunchyroll right now. I've only ever seen the first movie.
Yeah. So because like the biggest problem really is pacing. But pacing in a sense that there's a lot of downtime that shouldn't exist if you are in the middle of a war. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, no, there's other servants and masters, and we're trying to kill each other, but no one tries to kill each other for like 3 episodes, and we just living a normal life. It's like, okay, you know, it's weird. And then you have like a lot of dialogue, but dialogue is fine because, or exposition is fine because Shiro doesn't know anything, and so you need to, get him up to speed of there are mages in the world. So it takes a little bit to go off, and then you have a lot of things with his powers and how they work and whatnot, which is fine. The problem is really there's a lot of downtime between fighting, and some fights they are way too prolonged, like the Berserk fight. in the castle. Where
Um,
like Berserk, he spends like half a day to walk like 2 kilometers, and
Yeah.
it's like when he goes out, it's in the middle of the night, and they're like in these other places, like, oh, they're gonna get here anytime soon, and they have like 2 episodes of dialogue, and then it shows Berserk walking, and it's morning already. I was like, holy shit, that was like, couldn't he just jump? You know, he did that before. Like with it, that's okay. And I think that's really the biggest problem. So like, and there's a lot of like, the good old like villain twirling the mustache kind of action. It's like, I could kill you right now if I wanted to, but I won't. Haha, because I have a bigger plan, and fucks off.
yeah, we'll get to
Okay.
a lot of our villain arcs in Fate Stay Night here. The, the Type Moon universe does crack me up. In the sense it's because I'm certainly motivated to go through a few more visual novels at this point in time because I went through that debacle that was from the PC Engine that I did where you
Oh,
just
you know.
get the ultimate game over and you're just like you just felt like you've wasted all your time. It doesn't tell you how to play it. Doesn't tell you how to like do anything. And he's like, "Oh, there's a remake from like 20 years later after it where it actually tells you all that stuff." Like, wow. Would have thought. And then I dicked around with Steins Gate on my Vita a little bit while I was on the airplane going on my trip last week. And I'm like, okay, this is a little more engaging. Dialogue's way better. And then
Yeah, there's actually gameplay.
there's some gameplay there. Like, okay, I'm actually feeling like I'm relatively playing a game. And even Code Realize is, I mean, it's more, otome, I guess is the way to put it. It's more for women. I was like, okay, this is more interesting, a much better written story, and there's actual consequences to what you do. And okay, go back to Fate Stay Night. I go, I didn't feel like I was playing anything. Like occasional, very rarely, a dialogue option would come up, and it was either you picked right or you died, redo, and then it kind of forces you into the right path. I go, oh, it's very boring to go through. That's why it took me so long, and I'd fall asleep a lot. I don't know how the other adaptations or I guess sequels and whatnot would go through. I imagine Fate Stay Night is relatively the same through it all, but the story gets a little more interesting and fills in those gaps.
I mean, it goes faster because you just put, skip skip the dialogue that you already saw. Some of the like new dialogue will get shown to you. So of course, you're not gonna spend 40 hours, maybe like 10 with the new stuff.
Maybe I just don't know where to like begin again with it or where it forces me, but I guess I could like completely skip through a lot of the beginning stages, which I might do. But I think I'm gonna be into Code Realize more, which that had an anime that I don't recall getting very good reviews. Let me see here. Code Realize. Yeah, that came out 2017. 6.68. Yeah, I was not into that. I don't remember watching it too much. Huh.
How did you end up with Code Realize?
I was just looking at
how did you look at a reverse harem visual novel and go like, you know what, I'm gonna buy that.
I was looking at I've been really
I did that
into
once, but I was like,
I've been really into my PlayStation Vita, and the Vita is ripe with like visual novels and anime stuff to kind of fill up your catalog of games.
Should buy Akiba Street. That also has an anime.
That's expensive. I think it's like $50.
The second one. The second one is not. I think the second one is cheaper because it's worse.
Yeah, I might get a Akiba strip. That's a vampire thing with clothes, right? If I recall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People.
I actually do have, I think, the first two games in my possession, but I never got around to playing them.
I played the first one in the PSP
Ooh,
a long time ago.
Neato. I've just got Switch
How's that?
copies.
If you play that game enough, you can walk around Akihabara without a map because it's basically 1-to-1.
oh no.
It's like, oh yeah, I recognize those places. I know how to get like from the temple to whatever store just by playing the game.
Let's see. This is saying
But
I
anyway,
can get
Switch pretty much.
Akiba's Trip Undead and Undressed on the Vita for $25.
Yeah,
Neat.
that's the second one.
What's the first one?
I think it's just a Akiba strip.
I shall continue looking.
I thought I remember it did have a subtitle.
Hellbound and Debriefed, which is the remake. Not remake, like HD update.
That's on the Nintendo Switch for $18.
That was the best version. By far.
Let's see. I don't know. It seems like it wouldn't really matter. It's very simplistic design, if I recall. There is Akiba's Trip 2. Well, anyways. Yeah, visual novels. Officially the first one I've ever completed. Now, do I have to play all three for it to be truly completed, or is one route good enough? Because I got credits.
I think one is good enough.
Yeah.
Because like I don't know. Because if you play all the routes, you're technically platinum it, right? And you don't go like, oh, you just finish a game if you get all the achievements. You don't say, well, some people say that, but it's not.
I don't know. Achievement hunting.
Like
Achievement hunting is not a thing I'm into at all.
yeah, so I think one is good.
Because I have one platinum ever. And that was Astrobot. And I just got it recently.
Damn.
Starting to wonder if I might actually platinum Crimson Desert.
Oh my god, you're going to get like 350 hours in that game to do that.
Yeah, I'm already over 115, I think.
So I was actually asked this the other day, when was the last time I played a game over 100 hours? And I go, do sports games count? And they go, no, because that's just repetition, playing with friends kind of deal. And I said, never. That was my answer. I was like, never.
Yeah, I think if you were to complete even Witcher 3, that would just be over 100 hours, but Crimson Desert is even bigger than that.
I never finished Witcher 3. I think I got like 18 hours in and then I stopped playing. But that's the thing. That's the thing about me is that's the thing about me is when I get to like 35 hours into a game max, that's when I'm finally kind of tapping out with it, and I'd have to go back to it many years later. I mean, look how long it took me to beat like Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. But I just wasn't like too into that game. I think in recent memory, the game that I played the most... God, what is with these? I gotta turn that off. The game I played the most would have been like Xenoblade Chronicles 2, just because of how long and grindy it is. And I think I got to 80 hours with that. That's the closest I've been.
Dang. Trying to remember how long I've been before Crimson Desert.
But that'd be something if I do the other two routes of Fate Stay Night, and then I think I would only get to, 60? But that would be very funny if I got to 100 hours of Fate Stay Night and go, yep, that's the only thing ever, and it's a book.
Yeah,
Choose your own
picture
adventure
book.
book.
A picture book. Yeah.
The game I have most hours worth on the, and I'm not proud of that.
Like, I could easily answer a sports game. Twisted Metal 3 would probably be like over 100 hours, but there's no way to know how long I've actually played that. Any FIFA game, like almost ever through the 2000s. NBA
Pro Evolution
2K.
Soccer,
That was popular in Europe, for sure.
Winning 11.
One of the NBA
No Winning
2Ks
11?
in my college days.
FIFA Street.
I never
I think,
did that.
I think I played a few hundred hours of FIFA. You never played FIFA Street?
No.
Never even
Damn.
heard of it.
Damn, what?
I did quite a bit of NBA Street.
FIFA Street is the best. Well, there goes one for the for the retro gaming podcast. FIFA Street, if you can find it.
All right, so lots to dive in here. Let's start talking about Fate Stay Night. So I'm gonna play this quick drop. I think Fist of the North Star is pretty apt for this. Let's do it.
Yes.
お前はもう死んでいる。
Awesome, nice and short. How long are we in here? Still at 26 minutes on just like Type Moon universe nonsense.
Before we begin, we
Oh.
need to ask one very important question. Do people die if they are killed?
No, no, because Cheryl proved that multiple times.
Yes.
24 episodes long. Winter 2006, this came out, is by Studio Dean. Very obvious, if you ask me.
I mean, it's 2006. Studio Dean.
There was-
decent in
It was very,
2006.
yeah, but 2006 had some good shit going on. This is right in the heart of Death Note, Code Geass era type stuff. Peak Madhouse, or lots of Madhouse, kind of their deal. But yes, Fate Stay Night is based off a visual novel, a hentai, quote unquote. What, one scene, two scenes, max?
I think Saber has 2, and the other Roots has 1. No. Saber has 1. Unlimited Blade works as 1, and Heaven's Feel has 2.
Yeah.
3 if you count the penis-looking worms.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah,
Yeah.
with Sakura.
Yeah.
No, I mean, playing that is very much a highly suggestive, closer to hentai game. That has more not porn. I mean, shit, there's a naked elf, like, at the beginning of the game. This was not, I consider, a hentai game. Like, I was playing at the bowling alley last year, and I was getting very uncomfortable. I was like, I don't think I should play this in public, because I had no idea what it was. We played some PC 98 games on the Retro podcast that was like pure porn in between.
Yeah, pretty much.
God. Playing like this mech like strategy game, and in between it's just like people fucking. Like, okay.
Yeah. And BDSM galore.
Yeah, exactly. In order to power this mech, you must get stronger. All right, well, put your hands behind your back, put this apple in your mouth. Well, hold on.
Oh man.
So Fate Stay Night is not that. What it is there's what's called the Holy Grail War. I'm not reading Mal's little synopsis here. There's a Holy Grail War, and there's...
No, you played 40 hours of this game. Come on.
Yeah.
You don't need the synopsis.
I don't need the synopsis. I'm not reading this. I'm going to make my own synopsis. There is a war to get the Holy Grail. There's wizards that call what they call servants. They make a contract with a servant from the past, some hero or villain, mind you. And they're connected through this ritual with some item that can contract with them. Through fate, our main character, Shiro, he stumbles upon a couple servants at school one night. One of them stabs him and our other main character, Rin, saves him through this like jewel, and then he gets home, wakes up, blah blah blah, and he stumbles into a shed where he does nightly wizardry training, and he somehow summons his own servant that, bear in mind, the game never tells you how he does it. You don't find out like through your own little deduction until basically the end, where it's like, oh, so that's how Saber was summoned. So Saber is who he contracts with. They're referred to as their names are referred to as their weapons. And throughout the story, Shiro befriends these various characters and fights with other characters. There's not very many characters in the show / game in general. Very small cast, considering.
Technically, yeah. Because you have a few support characters, 7 masters, 7 servants, and then like, I don't know, 2, 3 of them are dead within 12 episodes.
Yeah, and a lot of suspense and fight, because the whole purpose is you're looking forward to these fights and encounters with the other servants and masters, the wizards or witches or people who do magecraft, as they continue to call it in the show. Lots and lots and lots of info dumping, especially at the beginning, and it's very tedious and very boring. It's boring in the game, and it's boring in the show. Where the show has the heavy advantage over the game is the actual animation of the fight scenes. And I found that much more palatable than what I experienced in the game. As the show itself, I already mentioned this right away, the writing is like very poor. Downright cringy at times. It feels like it's written by a young teenager writing something for the first time, and barely anyone proofread it.
Yeah, there seems to be a lot of usage of the phrase "as you know."
God. Oh, when you listen to a lot of podcasts, like I do, you will very much get hardened by people's repetitive phrases, almost like their pauses. So, when someone's describing, I don't know, a video game or an anime, they'll start with their opinion, and in between their thoughts, they'll go, "That being said," or that being said is very popular.
Yeah, but that serves more of a purpose than "as you know."
But when they say it 8 times in a row in between thoughts, it gets on it gets on repetition.
That's true.
Yeah. Hard butts are less grating, but like what's my thing is kind of just going and trying to clear my thoughts. I try to be very conscious of that, but Fate Stay Night, when it's when it's going through a lot of its dialogue, in between sections and scenes, you constantly get hit with reminding you of the same scene that you kind of just experienced not too long ago. I mean, how many times did we experience Shiro in this burning village that he used to live in, and everyone's dying around him?
Burning village, motherfucker! They burned the city down.
It burned his village. Look, every time they went to that stupid field, I go, yes, I get it. The field, that's where that's where it burned down, and there's still the remnants, and it was very traumatizing. I get it. After the 10th time, I don't care about the field anymore. Go a little further into why Saber and Shiro are connecting in this mental realm. There's so many.
I mean,
there's so many aspects of it where
I'm like, my thoughts every single time I watch Fate Stay Night is, how does the city burning down and Shiro being the only survivor correlates with him, having this adamant opinion that women shouldn't fight. What is the correlation between those two things?
Well, there's no correlation to that. It's how he was raised to be this like ultimate gentleman and hero of justice, and that went with it. And I think it also has to do with Japanese society.
It always goes back to the thing burning down. It's like, okay, so like,
It's that mentality. I don't want anybody else to die in front of me.
Except I will die in front of everyone else.
Yeah, really.
That part's okay.
Hey, if he dies first, he doesn't need to see anyone dying.
That's true. Solid logic right there. Just like Pragmata.
Ugh, I still love that. Yeah, I gotta beat that game. I really gotta do that. But I've been hopped up on Xenogears so much. I adore this game. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome.
God, I had
How many
no
hours in are you?
I am 16 hours in.
Holy shit, that's 3 times as much as me.
Yeah, I got to. I even yeah, that's a spoiler. That's a spoiler hint for the gaming podcast we're doing tomorrow. I still got to play the other game we got to do. I haven't even touched that because Xenogears has just been such a priority.
That's okay. I've beaten the other game, so I can talk a lot about it.
Yeah. All right, back to Fate Stay Night. Shiro is a very insufferable character. His writing's terrible. It could be so much more and way better. There's so many flaws to how the show goes about. It's very interesting universe, very interesting ways about going towards a goal. The conflict is good. There's so many like good things about the show's world, and
the history characters are also very good.
Yeah, like you get to learn something.
I love history, so like I have a soft spot for Fate, even though it's really bad. And I also like literature because when you get your Fate Grand Order and other Fates, fictional characters also start appearing. Like my favorite one that Fate Grand Order has is, oh my god, I'm getting to make one. Is Don Quixote. He appears and it's so good. Because like he has like a horse girl with him. There's like Sancho. Sancho is a horse girl because or a donkey girl.
Oh my god.
That is like the amalgamation of Sancho Panza and the princess and his donkey. I love it. It's so good. Technically, Gilgamesh is also a fictional character.
Yeah, but they hype it up like he was the original king of the world kind of deal. Like Alexander the Great before Alexander the Great kind of idea behind Gilgamesh. Gilgamesh is a great character, but you only see him for bits and pieces. And that's the other highly negative aspect of this story and show to me is they don't do enough to get you like you go, oh, new character, very interesting, love the backstory, and then they just fuck off and never see him again.
But the good thing is like it's their history characters, so you can go and look the history up.
Oh, and that was part of the visual novel is once you quote unquote unlock the character, you can go to their info page and read up on a lot of it. And I'm like, okay, this part's interesting. You can do that, but in terms of a show, might need to point people in a further direction of explaining who they are and whatnot. The initial like reveal of who Gilgamesh was is probably one of the more interesting things, but people like Assassin and Writer, like, you got to do a little bit more there. You can't just I'd rather they do more of that than Shiro and company sitting in their living room for the 11th time eating miso soup. Like, please stop.
Yeah.
Like every single pause in the story is 10 minutes of them eating in the living room and talking about nothing.
Yeah. I mean, why the fuck was Taiga even there? She does nothing.
A worthless character.
I mean, when you get your Fate Grand Order, she gets the Tosakarin treatment and gets possessed by a heroic spirit.
So in this alternate
Introducing
alternate universe, not even the one we're talking about, that's when she becomes a character of at least some sort of consequence.
But I think she has a connection to another Type Moon series.
Oh man.
That's why she's there, I think. But I'm not really sure because again, it's been a few years since I went through the Type Moon stuff.
Yeah. Well, here's my other issue is it's supposed to be this like coming of age romance story too. Like two people realizing their feelings for each other, whatever route it is. And there's just not enough
I don't know, man.
Like
I don't
sexual
think they have
tension.
issues about that.
like I'm doing the visual novel and I'm like all they are confused with each other the whole time and Shiro belittling a woman for being a female. Like you couldn't possibly do this. And they'll spar in the dojo a couple times. There's no actual like progression towards the viewer or reader gaining their feelings for each other. It's just all of a sudden kind of a snap of the fingers and they go, "Oh, we touched skin once. I must like you." Like,
With Saber, yes. I think with Tosakarin is a little bit better. Because again, it was written after the first one.
Yeah, well, we were talking about the first one, and it's pretty junk.
Yeah, the first one, because every single time you see their interaction, if I interacted with a woman the way Shiro interacts with Saber, I don't think she would like me very much.
No!
Yeah, really.
I mean, although like she could be charmed that I try to kill myself in every opportunity I can, you know, because she's the king of heroes, right?
That's the other thing.
Like,
that's the other thing that's very funny about Shiro's, or insufferable, but very funny. Saber, you're a woman, you can't fight. Okay, Shiro, in return of you saying this, try not to die and go off on your own. There are other things out there wanting to murder you. You got it. Proceeds to immediately leave every time. Never learns. Like, he is the worst.
Shiro for the love, like, Shiro... Dude, I think it's episode, like, 13 to 16. Where he goes to talk to Raida's master.
Yeah, Shinji.
End up Shinji, and he's like, "Don't talk to the enemy." He's like, "I got it." And he goes out and talks to him again, almost get fucked. Shit is done. He goes out again, fucking talks to Ilya, and then gets told again, "Don't talk to the enemy, or you're gonna get fucked." He says, "I got it." He goes alone again,
Yes.
talks to Ilya again, gets fucked again. It's like, holy shit. I was like, that woman tried to kill you with Berserker on episode 3, dude. I was like, please let me help you, dude.
Yeah, but you see,
Help
they
me,
went
help
like
me.
shopping one time, so obviously she's a good girl.
Yeah, really.
It's I
And
like
why the fuck
what
can't he
is-
bring Saber to school with him and just have her go invisible? Is that just something only Archer can do? Or does it
no,
need
it's because
Rin to cast a
because
spell?
Shiro is a shooter. He doesn't have enough mana that so Saber cannot go invisible.
Yeah, but she could, I don't know, stay on the rooftop.
Yeah.
She could, but like
Hi,
And then when you
like
get to-
just be
but
a
she's a
block
woman.
away, just hanging out, like whatever, anything.
but she's a woman, man.
She must stay
Yeah,
home and not cook.
Yeah,
she-
because she doesn't know how to cook.
Exactly. So Shiro's got to do that. So he's got to be the man and the woman in the relationship. That's what that's telling me.
Yeah, there's a
Oh,
whole
I can't
anime.
summon Saber to save me. I can't bring her into this.
Even
That's
though
like
he does
6 times
summon
in my
Saber
life, I
to
had
save him.
Resist punching the screen.
Okay, you don't understand. The worst one is like when episode 18 or 17, where he's like, okay, I finally understood. We need to work together. 6 servants is already dead. Gilgamesh already appeared. It's like, I understand now that we gotta work together and be together. The worst thing he does on episode 20 is go talk to Kiritsu alone. Like,
Jesus Christ.
this is not.
Okay, well, the act
This-
of going to Kiritsugu is not the Well, the act of talking to him and wanting to is not the problem, because he's portrayed to be this safe guy. He's his is the safe house. However, it's yet again him going off on his own to a location. That acting alone is dangerous, and the fact Gilgamesh is hanging out, waiting to jump anybody and
Sorry.
kill him
The-
to get
the
to Saber.
The sequence is, tell Saber we cannot do this alone. Most of the people are already dead, so like it doesn't fucking matter. Lancer is out there because he fucks off
Oh, you mean that guy that murdered him twice?
in the first episode, yeah, and then he just fucks off.
Oh no, one time. The second one was coming, but yeah.
Yeah. And then he's like, we need to work together, let's go on a date. Then he tells her to fuck off during the date. And then he comes back to her and then goes alone again. I was like, I don't understand what this dude wants. Are you sure he's not? Dude, it's bad. Shiro is bad.
Shiro is... He's the worst written character in anime
He's one
that
of the
has a large following.
One of the most aggravatingly stupid anime protagonists I've ever seen.
Man. It's brutal. It makes the show and visual novel incredibly frustrating just to go through. You're like, yeah. The visual novel is especially bad because it's so much repetitive dialogue. Like filler. Autoplay on 8 times speed because I'm like, yep, okay, this again. Yes, what woman can't fight? Got it. Burning field. Okay, come on.
No, yeah, it should be even more infuriating because every single time he goes alone, it's not a choice. If you had the choice of like, let's go with Saber or let's go alone, I think it would be better. But it's usually like, whatever, I'm going alone again, and you need to read through 3 hours of
shit, yeah.
fucking off alone. And it's like, please don't do that. For the love of God,
Yeah,
we are in the middle of the war.
Just completely ignores the advice of much more experienced characters and runs out like a
gets
dumbass.
beast.
I mean, believe it or not, there is a difference between not being a pushover and being downright suicidal.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's the other thing. Up to like episode 19, every single time someone gives him an advice, he gets pissed. It's like, why are you getting pissed off? You don't even know how to shoot a fireball.
Well,
Exactly, yeah.
And you're getting pissed because the guy said, you're shit. Like, try to imagine things. And he's like, I'm gonna get pissed at Archer because this is a piece of shit. No, he's giving him a fucking advice, man.
So the issue between the visual novel and the anime in that regard is the visual novel, at least this is me trying to defend this. Shiro has a lot of internal dialogue where he's frustrated with himself and his inability, and because he's a hormonal teenager, he takes that and gets angry outside because he's angry inside. The way the anime should have portrayed that is, I don't know, maybe some internal dialogue we can hear, or use the Taiga character where he's like consulting her with these feelings, and then it would make a little sense. That's just like me spitballing. It would make at least some sort of semblance of sense of the Shiro character throughout the anime. Whereas, like, Rin, who's the main squeeze of this whole thing, she's this constant person of reason and ability that is the whole, I think, the whole crux of the show, into why it makes it more interesting, because she has all the answers. She has the power. She has the servant with the mysterious background.
Yeah, spoilers, but Archer is also that guy as well. Reason.
Yeah. Yeah, and then when you find out who Archer is, you're like, what? But then, that's all you're doing the whole time.
Oh boy.
Now, the reason why I still like the show, to some extent, is the fight scenes and the historical figures are very fun. With each new one, you feel like you learn something new, and then you're like, okay, how are these fights going to happen? Now, it's Studio Dean in '06, so the animation is I think quite limited to them stretching this out for 24 episodes. But Archer's abilities are cool. Berserker is pretty awesome. Him being Hercules and him being just this very imposing threat, the biggest one through the first half of the show. And then you have your bit ones. Assassin is pretty neat, but you don't really get any resolution in this route, or at least I didn't in the visual novel. He shows up the one time, and then that's it.
Yeah, if you don't know who he is, it's kind of like, well, I mean, it's made for Japanese people, so I think Japanese people know who Sasaki Kojiro is.
Yeah.
So,
but but what's fun is they still have some things hidden, which makes watching Unlimited Blade Works or going through a second route kind of worthwhile. Who was Assassin's master? What happened to him? Who was what was the purpose behind Castor and the mage? And boy, did she get fucked in the end real hard. There is some interesting things there to kind of motivate you to watch a sequel and get more information. And what happened to Archer during and after the Berserker fight. You kind of wish you got those answers in this, but hey, you have a sequel for a reason. There's enough mystery to keep going.
Speaking of the sword fights, what I liked about them is that there are no repeating frames like in, say, DBZ. It's just it reminded me a lot of the early One Piece episodes.
There's some jump attacks, but they're not prohibited.
It's not Bleach jump attacks bad.
Yeah, but you have the DBZ Kamehameha duel from time to time.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh shit! The visual novel just has the same music and the same side by side for every fight. Like even the clashing of weapons is the same.
Service.
Yeah.
And it seems in the early episodes, Saber took a page out of 4Kids' book and chose to fight with an invisible sword.
Oh boy.
For those unfamiliar, there's a big thing in Yu-Gi-Oh! With invisible guns, because basically in any part of Yu-Gi-Oh! The thugs or the bodyguards would originally point guns, but in the Western version, they're just pointing their fingers threateningly.
Oh yeah, it's like yeah.
Something might come out of that finger.
There's
Hey, stop making fun of our invisible guns.
Yeah, there's the lollipop.
Makes an invisible wound that makes you invisibly bleed.
Yeah. No, it's just sweat.
It is absolutely sweat.
I mean, that's what they did in One Piece. And I actually found it interesting. The musical score of this was actually composed by the same guy who did Higurashi.
Oh.
I actually kind of picked up on it the first time I tried to get through it.
Oh, I guess. That's another visual novel I gotta play. Which when I get my Ein Thor, I think I'm gonna do that. Because that has Steam access and weak things like that can play on it.
Ah, nice.
Yeah.
I should really install a bunch of emulators on my Steam Deck.
You absolutely
At
should.
the very least. GameCube, PS2, PS1 type thing.
Yeah. Okay, so we've had our gripes with the entire story from beginning to end, or beginning to almost the end. The ending fight I really enjoyed. I thought that was good
Yeah.
stuff. I thought I thought it had great suspense, a good build up with them kind of getting into it. I'm like, man, if only the whole thing was like this.
Yeah.
Kind of like,
The two fights, the caster fight is also very good.
yeah, it's very short though.
It is, but like, it really showcases how far people are willing to go. Because it's the whole thing. Even the conclusion is also very good, you know. But it's the caster fight is a little bit problematic because you really need to know who is fighting. You need to know who Sasaki Kojiro is. If probably people were listening to this, they don't know who the fuck Sasaki Kojiro is. The assassin. He was the guy who got killed by Musashi at the beach. In like probably the most famous part of the Musashi book, where he gets into a duel with Sasaki Kojiro, and he's like, okay, we're gonna fight in a beach at that island. And Sasaki Kojiro, he used the Nodashi, the big katana, and he was like very strict. So he got to the place at the before the time and waited. And Musashi comes like 3-4 hours later. And Kojiro was very angry. He's like, okay, now we're gonna fight. And some say that Musashi comes out with the rowboat like roll, or he carved a sword out of it, or he used like a piece of driftwood to fight. And Kojiro was so mad that he just charged in and got bonked in the head with a piece of wood and died. So that's why you need to understand like why he wants to duel so much. You know, he doesn't care about anything. It's just like I don't have like anything to go, and the man called Sasaki Kojiro is already dead because he learned about his mistakes and wants to duel Saber. You need to understand who Medea is, right?
Right, yeah. Well, that goes into more learning about their backgrounds. And again, I wish the show would concentrate more on that stuff instead of, again, like walking to school all the time and Taiga and whomever just yelling at each other. It's very unappealing. It's very uninteresting. But I do want to go to the ending here because the ending sequence and fighting is very good. Kirie being the big bad. I like his motivation. I like his evilness of the character because he's not pure evil, but he has his like own twisted motivations. And then at the conclusion of it all, because we know Shiro has the sheath of Excalibur, why it's inside him, I'll keep that thought to myself. Shiro's ability to heal is because he is the sheath basically, and then they extract it from him so Saber can have it. And the whole purpose of Saber's existence is she is a servant that made a deal with the Holy Grail that until she gets it, she will just repeat the war over and over again. Kind of cool, because then as the show goes on, especially in the visual novel, that is worth repeating, where there's the constant question of once they get it, once this thing's over, no matter what, they're going to be apart from each other. Unless, which is why Kirie, among others, asks Shiro, what do you wish for? Have you developed any feelings? Or have you changed your mind? And he's kind of just going, I don't need anything, but kind of want her.
He thought about it.
And he thought about it. And then when it came time to make the decision, they both made a very mature choice about it all. And it became a sad ending for that aspect of it. They finally admitted to each other of love and just to be kind of split apart. It's very kind of not Romeo and Juliet, but it's more along the lines of like a Hamlet type finish. And I go, okay, where if the show just full stops ends there, that's different rather than this sort of epilogue thing that it goes into of back in the living room eating. Oh, well, that was a crazy 10 days, wasn't it? Didn't enjoy that.
Is definitely the ending.
Yeah, there's no sense to watch
I think
after
the
that.
really my biggest problem with the ending really is the Deus Ex Machina that Avalon is. I really dislike Deus Ex Machina, not the game,
Oh, the whole
but
concept of it?
the concept of
Yeah.
Deus Ex Machina, because there's two Deus Ex Machina in the thing. Well, there's one Deus Ex Machina, which is the Avalon, and then there is a plot point that is not preceded by a Charskov gun, which is Gilgamesh. Gilgamesh is, again, best character. He appears out of nowhere. He just tells them to fuck off, and he's gonna fuck everyone because he's Gilgamesh. He's the king of kings. And he just fucks off again. He's like, okay, so like there's 8 servants, and you waited 20 episodes to tell me that? Out of nowhere? Fine. Avalon. Avalon has way too many powers. Avalon can heal you, makes you invincible, which is the myth, by the way, which is part of the myth of King Arthur. There's also another King Arthur, or the Arthuria in Fate, which is the Lancer version of Arthuria, which is the best one.
Yeah.
That when King Arthur, the sword makes him invincible.
I'm at hard out now, guys.
The shit.
By the way,
What?
I'm at hard out now. We're out of time.
I gotta. Okay.
Okay.
Quick.
But yeah, the biggest problem is just Avalon has way too many powers. It saves Shiro like 2-3 times when it shouldn't have saved him. Really like the representation of the Holy Grail because it's the junction of 3 things from Christianity: the temptation of demons, the Holy Grail itself, and the fact it's the amalgamation of the human malice because Christ got crucified.
Yes,
to
it's very
save us from our
I
malice.
agree with that.
So it's really nice, but I really enjoy the ending. The ending's probably the best part of the whole thing. And I really like Gilgamesh. Gilgamesh is a really good representation of the tale of Gilgamesh. And my Alice is definitely the guy who'd send a sacred prostitute to fuck a guy for 40 days and 40 nights so he could become his best friend.
God, if
That's
only
an
that
actual
was in
thing
the
that
anime.
happened. Well, it is in Fate Grand Order.
Oh man, you're making me want it. That's the gotcha game. Yeah. You're making me want to play that.
No, there's the anime.
No. Oh no.
Oh, they don't show the.
All right, that's for
40 days and
another
40
time. That's for
but
another time.
You should read the Epic of Gilgamesh. The other one with.
I think I started that
Right.
once upon a time, and it was like kind of the Journey of Alexander type thing. But again, discussion.
Saw the
another time.
Abyss, and then the one where he goes to the underworld and fucks the death god.
What about you,
He's
Colin?
that kind of guy.
Let's get wrapped up thoughts here.
I think I give it a 6 out of 10. Would be a 7 if not for Shiro being such a fucking moron.
Yeah. When I initially watched it, I was kind of 7 out of 10 territory. Now kind of going through it again, it's not something worth rewatching, I would say, unless you've gone 15, 20 years without going through it. 6 out of 10 seems about right. Maybe a little lower if you get super irritated by it. It's kind of where I'm at.
Yeah.
The ending
Zero's
definitely
awesome,
saves
though.
a lot of it. Hickey?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
6 as well.
Yeah. Okay.
Shiro is such a letdown. Thankfully, Unlimited Blade works with Tosakarin carrying the shit out of it.
Yeah, a limited blade works is so much better. It's not even a discussion, right? So maybe by comparison of other things that came out after Fate Stay Night and other routes in general, and maybe Fate Stay Night is kind of a a 4 out of 10 territory because it's so much worse than its contemporaries. I wouldn't, if someone came up to me and goes, no, this is a droppable show, just start on something else, I would be hard pressed to argue with them. But in terms of my own entertainment, my own thoughts, like a 6 out of 10 is where I'm at. Is that a fair statement to make?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it is.
Okay. I do not regret the idea of playing the visual novel for this. So there is that. The universe again is interesting enough to continue and go forward. So that's at least a good coming out of this kind of journey that's taken me since like October last year to get to this point in May of 2026. Our next episode will probably be in a couple weeks. Love Hina is what we got on the docket here. I don't think I've seen
Are
this
you gonna
show in
play it?
25 years.
Are you gonna play Love Hina?
I am not going to play Love Hina. That's not happening.
No way.
I will watch this, and there's especially in our age group, Colin, that's going to be a fun little, I guess, walk down memory lane, and does it hold up? And I have a feeling it's not going to hold up.
Yeah, really.
I have a strong feeling it's going to be this just like bare bones average at best thing. Okay.
Yeah.
That'll do it for this episode. We could be here forever on Fate's Day night, like no doubt. This could be like a 3-hour podcast, but no, thank you.
Yeah.
That'll do it. See ya, everybody.
Bye now.
Goodbye.